Your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready?
Welcome to the stage, it's your moment to shine. Level up your game, success is on the line. Okay, your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready? Let's go! The Champions Podcast starts now!
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Champions Podcast. As always, I'm Jason Justak. We're joined by Ian Main out in Spain. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good, Jason. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm excited. Today, we're featuring one of our champions. And,
Yeah.
when we talk about a global platform, this is when it gets amazing, man. We always say, hey, I'm out in Indiana in the United States. You're in Alicante, Spain. And today we're expanding our horizons and heading out to Santiago, Chile, where we have an amazing business partner out there, really taking off in commercial and real estate as a whole down there. I want to welcome Benjamin Marcano to the Champions Podcast. Benjamin, how are you, sir?
Welcome.
Hello, Jason. Thanks. I'm really happy to be here with you. Hello, Ian.
Sweet.
Wonderful, man. Dude, you are an amazing person. And so, what we wanted to do for everybody who's hanging out, watching us, and listening to us today, we want to hear from Benjamin, man. If you would, my friend, talk to us about your story. Where did you start? Your upbringing, what got you into real estate and why you're doing the things you're doing today right here at EXP.
Oh, well, excellent. I am from Venezuela. My profession is economist. I studied there in Venezuela, and after that, I work as an appraiser for some banks. And then one of those customers told me to sell her apartment, and I had succeeded in 3 months, and the commission was excellent. So since that moment, I decided to head my or to focus in the commerce in the real estate. I began selling apartments, and after 3 years, I decided to move to Chile because of the political situations in my country. And here in Chile, I began in a nice enterprise named Capitalizarme. And I discovered in that company how the big investors works here. Here we find in Santiago de Chile a lot of companies really dedicated to rise buildings. And for me, that was a really exciting experience. And I began to understand how the mechanism of that. And for me, that was amazing. So I began to here in Santiago de Chile. Then someone in the company give spoke about me to the senior or vice president of another company, and by her recommendation, I was there in a new company dedicated to warehouses. Then I started in the warehouse, renting warehouses, and it was amazing year for me. And since that moment, I discovered the world of industrial real estate. And after that, I went to a nice company named CBRE. And in CBRE, I spent 2.5 years in the multifamily business. And then I switched my view to the commercial real estate. I went to Montalva Quindos and then Newmark. Montalva Quindo, I didn't spend too much time because it was a company maybe for some kind of transition. And then in Newmark, I spent 1 year dedicated to commercial real estate deeply. And after that, Jason spoke to me about EXP, and it was amazing for me. And I saw in EXP some advantages that for me really was interesting, and I decided to dig digger, and that is the reason I am here, enjoying with you right now. So I try to make a brief of my 9 years in my experience in real estate, and that has been
Nine,
my life. Yeah,
yeah. 9 years in 1 minute. Nice.
yeah, 9 years in 1 minute. Yeah.
That's it.
Sweet, sweet. And can I ask, so you've had a great experience in real estate. For example, I've never done commercial. I know nothing about it, and I feel like if I was given commercial property to sell, I wouldn't know how to do it well. So you've done, residential and commercial and industrial and everything else. Which is your favorite and why? Is like commercial your go-to favorite piece of real estate to sell, and why is that?
Um, it's different. I can say that I know many things about real estate. I know about residential, I know about multifamily, I know about um, commercial, but I know about industrial, many things. And luxury, I have no idea about luxury, for example. But
Right.
for me,
Not yet.
not yet. But for me, um, that has been a nice journey to understand and
Mm-hmm.
to know the difference between the assets we are trying to sell or to rent. Because when we dedicate to residential, there is a lot of emotions in the moment because we
Yeah.
are in front of a family or in front of a big decision for a family. But in commercial, we have no really deep emotions. We have more numbers.
Right.
We have to focus in uh, what items are important to that company just to make money and to next 5 years or 10 years. So we have to focus in that. We have to focus on the regulations regarding the kind of business. So
Mm-hmm.
it requires more specialization, and the terms of the the close date for that transactions are longer. So
Okay.
yeah, yes. So I spent or I have had deals that I have taken to close maybe 6 or 8 months, including almost 1 year to close one single deal. But of course, when you achieve it, it's a nice rewarding for
Yeah.
achieving that transaction. But those are bigger numbers. What we have to be
Yep.
resilient to wait to understand, because maybe a lot of decisions has to be taken for the director or a committee, a corporate committee, and it
Makes sense.
requires time. Yeah. So that's the difference. For me, that's important. I really enjoy this because I learned a lot about many areas. For example, a few minutes ago, I was with a client who specializes in leather. So I know nothing about leather, but I know a lot about what a company like that one would need in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I know about location, I know about the dimensions of the warehouse it needs. I know about the security of the sector, and there are a lot of things that are important for them, but mainly regulations location, characteristics that would be necessary for that company to succeed in the future. And
Yeah.
I like it because they look at me as an specialized guy that will help them, and I will nourish them in the time with a
Right.
lot of information, and
Mhm.
I learn about them, about their business. So for me, that's really nice because I can learn about them a lot. Yes, that is. I enjoy learning from people and help them to succeed. Yeah.
I'll
Mm.
tell you this, the only thing I know about leather is how it feels. That's all I know. So, yeah, but that's so awesome, with how you can make those dots connected and say, hey, let me still help you. And then you're also learning on yourself. I wanted to go back because I've got a question for you too. You're talking about these commercial deals taking 3, 6, 9, 12 months, maybe even more to close. So, over the course of the next 12 months, I want to put you on the spot here, sir. Um, how many transactions are you looking to close as you've made your way into EXP this first year? How many you want to close?
My number is 12. That is my numbers because I already have a lot of transactions in the past that have been running maybe, and I know that the close will is the transaction is closing pretty soon. So I have my planification and my pipeline, and I know that this year I'm going to close 12 big transactions that
Let's
do
go.
not that is not related with maybe small things like offices of less than 100 meters. I
Right.
mean offices between 100 meters and 1,000 meters. That
Right.
is my number, and warehouses between 500 meters and 2,000 meters. That is my pipeline. So for me, that's important because we as commercial real estate, we take our commission from the long term and from the big transactions. So those are the numbers for me. And that's
Love it.
my projection for this
Uh,
year, for 2026.
Awesome, man.
Right.
And
That's my
we are
statement.
very good, brother. We are here to support you the entire way, man. And, especially with doing stuff like this, it's about getting your name out there. And that's what we want to continue to help with, anything we can do. And after this question, I'm going to turn it over to Ian too. Just to kind of piggyback off of that. So 12 in this first 12 months. Awesome. I love it. Let's go crush it. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years from now? How does your business grow from this moment into that 3 to 5 year trajectory?
I want to achieve uh, a, a great, you know, in EXP, we can grow in production and in leadership. So I want to discover or to go deeper in my leadership phase. I want to build an organization in commercial. Maybe in 5 years, I don't know the numbers really well, but I want to work on it. But if I get uh, to EXP five really productive commercials, agents that for making good businesses, I know that they are going to help me to build a great organization. So I think in 5 years I could be really hard in commercial here in Santiago.
I
And
I
maybe
I believe it.
a lot of countries, but I would like to
Yeah.
have in Santiago an organization dedicated to commercial. Yeah, that is.
Let's let's go.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And Jason, the way that So like the time for closing, for example, is that like similar in the US? Do you know? Because I have no idea about it is.
Yeah,
Okay. Is that just
that's
standard
how
commercial kind
commercial
of
is here. It's
practice?
all, yeah, it's a lengthier time, but like Benjamin said, it's a bigger payout. So it's just how
It's
you
worth it.
work your money to say, hey,
Yeah.
if it takes 12 months, it's okay. I could budget properly. So that's where we
Yeah.
see in commercial real estate as a whole, and Benjamin, correct me if I'm wrong, that first year, maybe first 2 years is a struggle in commercial because you may not have a lot of money and you're trying to gain that momentum. So it's a
Mm.
longer game versus a residential where, hey, it's 30, 60, 90 days and we could potentially get a return on our investment. A commercial agent may take longer and really
Yeah.
needs to know the craft a little bit better. And then profits start coming in. So, I think commercial agents are a lot more challenged.
Mm.
Yes, it is. In fact, it is. I have lived in some phases of my life. I have seen that in my own skin.
Mm.
And it's difficult sometimes. And but if we keep going, it's almost miracles. So we keep going and keep insisting in the work. And when you never imagine a customer will call you, a really interesting company will call you, and the deal will be done. So we have to be there. So that's important to have presence in the mind of the potential customer. We have to be present because in the exactly moment they need something, they will call me.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to be with them, to call them, to prospect every day. That's important to be prospecting every day, to understand what does the company need in certain moments. That's important. And that's the reason I think those company call me, because I am with them almost every day. Or every week I try to be in touch with them. Yes.
Mm.
Ian, you got something? I got something.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So what does your daily routine look like, and where are you getting these customers?
Oh, that's important because um, this is different than residential.
Yeah.
If you know, well, as you already know, in residential, we go to the owner, we take the property, and we use a lot of platforms and systems
Right.
used to on our own strategy to be there and to catch someone interested.
Mhm.
But in commercial, of course, we have to know the property and to know the owner, and to
Right.
keep a relation with that owner. But it is necessary to understand the market, and to we have to nourish a relation with a potential customer. So we have to
Right.
prospect. We have to, if I have maybe 50 warehouses or 50 offices, it's important to have it. But the market to rent those offices is small. It's
Mm.
not as wide as all the universe of families we have for residential. No, we have
Right.
small quantity of companies that would be interested in that. So my work is to prospect. We have to find the numbers or the emails or the directions of the owners of those companies that potentially could be interested in this kind of asset. So we have an active work. We have to prospect every day.
Yeah.
My journey, my day begins with my day don't begins in the morning. My day begins the day before, because
Right.
the day before I have to make an investigation. If I have an asset that I know that is built for certain companies, I have to make my work before. I have to investigate maybe in the afternoon or at night. Those companies I'm going to call tomorrow. So I have every single Monday, I have 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon, almost night, to make my research. So with that research, I'm going to call and prospect Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and
Yeah,
Friday. But I dedicate 1 or 2 days to make my research, my investigation, and that's the more important work, you know?
that's a that's a great system.
Yeah.
That is important. That is my blood. I
Yeah,
need that before because of course I can take the office and make some advertisements and
right.
maybe have it in some portals. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that is passive. If I do that, I
exactly.
have to wait until someone will be interested in my asset. But in commercial, that do not work. We have to be active, and that is important to have systems, to have order, to use a really useful CRM.
Hmm.
Uh, there are a lot of things we have to understand before conquer the deal or before conquer the success. Yeah, that is.
Man, I love that, and I love you being able to
Hmm.
share your mind and your systems. Ian, great question to help Benjamin get there as well, because that was key. I wrote down a couple notes, and I want to go back to. Um, I think why you are a success now, Benjamin, and why it's really going to take off to that vision, to what you see, to in that 3 to 5 year mark. I bet it's going to even happen quicker for you because of what you just explained. Originally, you said you understand the client, right? You're listening, you're understanding what they need, you're taking in their concerns, their wants, their demands, their pricing. And when you go out and take the time to understand somebody, it's easier to be understood, right? So I highly compliment you on that. I love that you said that. I also love that work that you put in. We call it due diligence. You're looking these people up, you're doing the research, you're taking the time to figure out what their product is, how to learn more about leather or whatever's going on about the company. Is it up? Is it down? Is it sideways? That is awesome. And then you tie in all the systems, the tools, the CRMs, and even you mentioned Office. Now, I want to kind of lean in on Office for a quick second because before you were with EXP, you worked different styles of commercial real estate. Now you're with EXP. Benjamin, can you show them your view of your office now? Can you show everybody your view? This is amazing, you
Yes,
guys.
of course, I can do it. Yeah.
Check this out.
Uh,
There we go. Beautiful day.
yes. Yeah. One of the beneficials of being in EXP is that we have access to Regus.
Hmm.
Regus is this is the view of Santiago, the downtown, Santiago downtown, and it's beautiful. We have here a lot of offices, banks, government, a lot of things, and it's beautiful. And I am here looking at Santiago downtown in
You
Arregos,
must be
and
like
this
one of the
is
highest
almost for
buildings,
free. Yes, I
right?
am. This is not so high. I am in the 22nd floor of this building. Here in
Okay.
Santiago, we have buildings of eight, 80 floors.
My
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
Wow. Here in Indiana, you would be in the penthouse. All right. So, man, I love that. That is amazing. So in essence, and again, just to connect those dots to what you're saying, here in the United States, we talk about within EXP about that office space. We say Regis. South America. How do you say it, Benjamin? Regus?
In Spanish is Regus, and yeah,
Regus, and
Regus,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Spanish,
Ian, you
yeah,
you say it the same, right?
Regus, yeah.
Regus,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. The cool thing is this is available everywhere, right?
Yeah, everywhere,
yeah.
Who
anywhere in the world.
who doesn't want to work in an office like Benjamin's? Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing and I love it. I just go to maybe to another location in Santiago, maybe to the financial location, and there is a Regios offices also, and show them my global membership, and they give me complete access. So that is
Awesome.
amazing for me. That's awesome
Yeah,
because I do like to make a lot of phone calls and it is necessary to be in an office for an agent like me
it helps.
because we're professional consultants and it's difficult to do it from our house if
Yeah,
we don't have the special space for that. We need an office. So I come here and work from Regius. Really really nice. This is if I want nice coffee like this one, I have it, and I have internet connections and great location. So this is amazing to have it. Yeah. And if I
E-
want to have it myself, I could, but it is more expensive than have been in EXP.
Yep.
So
of
it's
course.
better to be in XP to enjoy this. Yeah.
Ian, I think we've got a new best friend in Benjamin just because of the coffee piece right there.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah. That's all it takes. Yeah, we're good with the coffee. And it's funny that you we said that as well because not the coffee, I'm on about the office. Um we have an agent here who recently went on holiday or vacation, as they would say over there. To He was in Stockholm and EXP is not even in that country yet.
Ian is frozen.
He just likes to freeze like that. That's like his dance moves. He does. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm frozen." He'll be back in a minute. Four. Look at him, four.
Did I did
Hello?
I
We're
Yeah.
we were laughing because you froze.
I froze. You didn't hear my anything?
Uh, you were saying about holidays
Yeah,
and
close to me.
vacations.
All right, one sec.
Stockholm
Stockholm.
holidays vacation.
Stockholm. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. So yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, this guy was away in a country where EXP doesn't exist yet, and he had a meeting to go to, and he went to one of the Regis offices there. So we don't even need to be operating in that country for us to have access. Any of the Regis or eSpace, I think they're called, co-working spaces anywhere in the world we can use,
Wow.
it's just cool. He didn't know if it was going to work. He went with the Regis app on his phone, and it let him in, of course, because he's part of
Wow,
EXP. I don't know. I
that's
just thought it was
awesome.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
Well,
yeah, it
awesome.
was
it,
cool.
Yeah.
and it's those connecting factors, and especially for you, Benjamin, as you're looking, as you're growing and learning more about the company as well as the industry, it's that. I love that, Ian. Thank you for sharing that piece.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
So
And for me, that's important. So my vision in EXP has been expanded by a lot of things that I didn't know before. The technology for me,
mhm,
of course, is important because this platform provide us with a lot of information and technology apps that are really helpful in our business. But for me, the most important thing is this kind of blockchain EXP has that can ball or make this organization that is regulated, but this technology really similar to the blockchain concept for me
yeah.
is important because if I have that I in fact have a friend in Mexico, so I spoke
Mhm,
to him about EXP and he is interested in this moment. And I
Hmm.
have another friend in Brazil, and I spoke to him about EXP. He's interesting. I have a meeting after this one. I have a meeting with him.
Nice.
So this is important for me. It's amazing to have the opportunity to uh, to increase my organization and to be part of this company and to get part in from the revenue share concept. For me, that's important because I love doing transactions, but I know that if I have this potential income from revenue share, it's amazing. It represents something bigger for my family and for my future.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
100%, 100%,
yeah.
brother. And you know, especially with Ian and myself, we're here for you. If you have Spanish speaking client or agents that are friends of yours that are looking, maybe a path to talk to Ian is the way to go. You know, if they have some English in them, I could definitely talk as well and add my 2 cents. A lot of different methods that we just want to be supportive, and that's where Ian and I love what we do. And I think that's where we click because it's like, how can we make everybody better? And it's really focusing on their dreams and what they believe in, and then we just help lift them up. And it just really comes down to that. Benjamin, we're about out of time, man. But before we go, I want you to kind of look at a crystal ball here. And we talked about that future you, 3 to 5 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now. I want you to look in your camera and I want you to tell yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, why you're doing this today, why you're working hard, why you're putting things together, and why you should never give up. Go ahead.
You know, this is important to do it because if you keep doing, you will conquer great things that would never be conquered with another system. This system is important. This system has a really solid basis. And for me, this would be amazing in 10 years because the, the person we are working with are amazing. The system works really well. And we are talking about facts. These are not concepts. I see it every day. A lot of people are having huge numbers, and I know that if we keep going and keep doing the simple things, but doing it very well, we are going to achieve, and we don't have to quit. Never, never, never. We have to keep going and do it because the future will be amazing. That's it.
Love it, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Benjamin. Ian, over to you, buddy.
Did I freeze?
Ian. Ian, yeah, you did freeze. Ian, over to you, buddy.
Well, that was quite inspirational. I really liked that. Benjamin, I just want to give you a huge thank you for taking some of your time out of your busy day to join us here on the Champions podcast. Uh, Welcome. I know you've been here for it's not been a couple of days, but it's been a little bit longer. But yeah, welcome. I think you're really going to do great things, and let's do it. Let's help you build one of the greatest commercial organizations in Santiago, Chile. That's what we're here for. So let's do it. Every single day we'll work on it, 24 hours by 24 hours. That's what we'll help you do and get it done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate your support and Jason's. And for me, that's important. Uh, of course, I called you yesterday. We were speaking Spanish, and it was amazing because I nourished my mind with your experience and your advices. And of course, I'm going to apply your experience in mine work. And of course, if I know that if I need something from you both, I know you are there to provide me and to support my work. So I really appreciate it.
You got it.
I keep going, working on myself, working on my strategy, working on my mind, and I know if we keep working on these concepts, the results, the outcome is pretty close. So I have faith in that. I have always been with that concept of that mindset and I know that it is it is it is growing. You know, we
Yeah,
have the visible exists because of the invisible things. You know that.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Nice. Thank you. Awesome.
Well
Nice.
said. Well said, my man. And we appreciate you being here, so thank you again.
Yeah, I am really happy for that.
Your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready?
Welcome to the stage. It's your moment to shine. Level up your game. Success is on the line. Okay. Your time is now to become a champion of your real estate brand. Are you ready?